Hi, my name is Ken Bishop, and I'm the Director of Sales Engineering here at Interface Inc. And I'm here to show you how to get started with your model DIG USB-F fast USB output module. Before we do, I'd like to point out a few of its key features. One is it works with a variety of millivolt per volt force and torque transducers. It's easy to install and use. Purchase includes configuration, calibration, logging, and display software, and it can capture up to 4,800 samples per second. So now we're going to install the software. You can use the supplied USB stick disk with the software on it, or you can come to our website at www.interfaceforce.com and then go under Products and Instrumentation and DIG USB-F. And that's what page we're viewing right now. And on the page, if you scroll down, right here in blue, there's a link you can click on to download the software. So I'm going to click that. And as you can see over in this corner, the DIG USB FSU toolkit is now downloaded onto your computer. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to show the file that you need to double click on to upload this onto your computer. So you'll follow the instructions. First we'll double click on the toolkit, tell the system to run it. It's going to ask us to authorize at this point, so we click yes, we want to allow the following program. Then click next, agree to the terms, please read them and then agree to them. Create a desktop icon, click next, and then finally click install, and it's going to automatically install onto your laptop and give you an icon on your desktop. Click the finish button, and then right now it says no module detected, and that's to be expected. We don't want to plug in the module until after the software has been downloaded. When we acknowledge that fact, then the screen is going to pop up, and this will now allow us to plug in the hardware and do that portion of the setup. The first thing we're going to do is connect the USB to micro USB cable. We'll connect the USB portion into the PC, and then connect the micro USB portion into the end of the DIG USB-F module. Now what we're going to want to do is connect the load cell to this device. First we'll want to make sure that we get a proper installation of the hardware, so we'll wait until the hardware installation finishes and just follow the instructions on the screen until that's complete. Once it's complete, then we will connect this load cell to the DIG USB-F module. On the end, it has a 9-pin female D-type connector. So your load cell will have to have a 9-pin male D-type connector. Now everything is connected up. Okay, now we're going to open the FSU toolkit for the DIG USB-F and make sure we have good communication between the load cell and through the instrument, and it's working fine. If the unit was purchased with an interface calibration, you should run a quick check to verify the calibration, and then you should be good to go. Right now, it should have come in with a factory cal of 1.1 pound, so we're going to put a weight on it. Known weight. It says 1.1 pound. That's perfect. Now you should be able to begin working with your application. If you did not purchase a calibration, the next steps we're going to use are going to show you how to calibrate with two different methods. The first one we're going to start with is what we call a live load or auto calibration. So the first thing we need to do from this screen is to select the unit of measure. We're going to use pounds here, but just so you know, if you click on this tab, you can select a number of other different measurement types. And we're also going to use what's shown here, which is 1 decimal place to the right. Units are 1 decimal place to the right of the decimal point. And but if you needed something different, you could drop down here and pick a different display format. Now, since this portion is set, we're going to go to the calibration menu. You go to this icon that looks like a target, and now you can see a number of different options. So we're going to do the automatic calibration, but before we do that, we're going to hit 0 now to make sure that our scale is 0. Now, of course, we don't want anything on the scale when we press this button. After we're done with this, we click on the tab that says Auto Calibration, and this will be a live load, so that means that we're going to actually place a weight on there when we take each one of our points. For this example, we have a 2-point calibration, 0, and then we will also have 1.1 pounds. That's the capacity of the weight that we have here, so I'm going to type that in. And now it's ready for us to acquire the reading from the first point. Make sure the load cell is unloaded, and then click Acquire. Once it has acquired the 0 reading, now it's ready for you to place the weight on the load cell and then acquire that reading from it. So I placed it on there now. I'm going to click the Acquire button. So now it's taken the reading of the actual weight that's on top of the load cell. Calibration has been complete. And now what we want to do is verify. So we're going to go take our mouse and click on this house here. That's going to take us to the home. And then click the Detect button. And that's going to give us the large display. Make sure the display says 0. And then we're going to place our weight on it, and we should get a reading of 1.1. If we do, we've had a successful calibration, and we do. Now we're going to show you the second calibration method. This is called the table method, and what we're going to do is use information from the calibration cert, type it in, and then it will calibrate the DIG USB-F to match the calibration cert. So the first thing we'll do again is to make sure the unit is correct. In this case, pounds is correct, and as a reminder, we can use the drop down to change our unit. We're going to select the display format, and we want 1 unit to the right of the decimal point, which is what we have now, but again, we can drop down and change that. Now we're going to click the target, which is the calibration icon. Make sure the scale is unloaded, and then hit 0 now. Make sure that it's zeroed. And now go to the tab that says Table Calibration. As you can see, when we do the table calibration, it's going to ask us for, there's 4 potential entries. The first point we're going to take is going to be 0. So we really won't have to enter any information in here as long as it's 0 millivolt per volt and 0 pounds. That is the engineering unit pounds that we selected. The second point that we're going to enter is going to be from the CalCert, and it says that at 0.24 millivolts per volt, that the output of the load cell is 1.1 pounds. Once we've completed that entry, we hit this Calibrate button, and it tells us the calibration has been completed. Click OK, and now we're going to go verify that the cal was performed properly by hitting the Home button and then hitting Detect. And if any number shows on this screen, we'll want to go back and reset the system 0. At this point, we've got 1/10 of a pound showing, and we have nothing on our scale. So what we're going to do is go back to the calibration icon, say 0 now, and then we can go back now to the Home icon and hit Detect, and we should have 0 showing on the screen, and we do. Now we're ready to verify the cal. I'm going to take the weight, place it on the load cell. It says 1.1 pound. We've had a successful cal. We have, and now you're good to go. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy using your Interface DIG USB-F fast output module. If you require further support, please contact an applications engineer.